Hey, church family, this is Pastor Billy with your weekly newsletter announcements for you. A couple of things I want to run down for you. Listen, June is all but over. Summer is half over. Kids are starting back to school in just a few weeks. Braylon is starting preschool this year, so we are counting down the days optimistically and somewhat just not ready for this. But anyways, that's just a personal thing. That's not what we're here for. So, listen, my point in all of that is to say that I wanted to run down a few things for the month of July, because July is somewhat busy. We've got quite a few things going on. So number one that I want to run down is our kind of month mission project, if you will. We're doing the Operation Christmas Child shoe boxes, which you guys are used to doing at Christmas time. We're doing them in July. We're calling it Christmas in July. The last Sunday night of the month, we're going to have a fellowship night where we're going to pack those shoe boxes. We're going to pray over those shoe boxes, have a finger food fellowship like we do at Christmas time, and maybe even play a fun Christmas themed game together. It's going to be a fun night, an exciting night, and encourage you to be here for that. But all month long, we're collecting those items. And so different Sunday school classes have been assigned certain items. And then as a church, we're collecting certain items. Y'all can see all those details on the newsletter and the bulletins. But we need your help with that. So the other thing that's taking place in July is our worship at the lake. Most of you will remember last year we gathered that Sunday at the Rocky Mountain project over here off of Texas Valley at what's called Point Pavilion. We'll gather at 10 a.m. that Sunday morning. We'll have worship. I will preach, and then we'll make our way down to the beach and have a couple of baptisms. And then we have put it out this year. A lot of people asked last year, hey, can we do a picnic? By all means. As many of you as you would like, bring a lunchbox with your picnic items for your family, and we'll hang around and have a good time and fellowship together there by the water. But that is July 14th. So July 14th, worship at the lake. There'll be no service here on campus. There'll be no Sunday school. We'll do everything there, 10 a.m., come and join us. It will be an absolute blast. It'll be a good day out admiring God's handiwork and spending time together. Besides that, there is one other major thing happening in July, and I want to run down the details of that with you real quick. You may remember that back at our last quarterly business meeting, our committee, who has been working on our bylaws, presented their amendments to the bylaws to the church. And we will be voting on those in our next regular business meeting, which will be taking place July 21st. So we'll have a business meeting immediately after the morning service that week, and we'll be voting on those bylaws that Sunday. In preparation for that, and according to our current bylaws, there has to be a public reading and a Q&A type night, opportunity for you guys to hear the changes and ask questions. That's going to be taking place on July 10th. So that's a Wednesday night, midweek service, 6:30. It's 2 weeks from today. So the committee will be here. We will read the changes that are being made and then have opportunity for you guys to ask questions. I hope you've had a chance to review those amendments that they're presenting. Nothing significant, really minor tweaks. For the most part, there's an amendment to, like for example, our bylaws currently require that we have an active deacon body of 9 men. That's quite rigid. And that number should be able to fluctuate depending on the fellowship size of our church. If we're running 100 people, we don't quite need 9 deacons. If God blesses and we start running 500, well, we need more than 9. And so they've taken that out as a rigid requirement, where we have flexibility to determine how many deacons we need based on the size of the church. One other thing in there, like the secretary position, it was in there that it would be in a hiring process, that position would be hired by the nominating committee and the pastor. And we felt it's best that goes to the personnel committee, who is involved in the personnel of the church and the pastor. And so minor tweaks. Other than that, there were some things that you guys have voted on throughout the years regarding marriage, use of the facilities, amendments that y'all have added that were secondary documents that are being added in to the formal document itself. And so, listen, they've done a great job. They've just tidied up a few things and cleaned some things up. There's nothing really major happening in that. But July 10th is an opportunity to hear those things read aloud, for you to ask questions, and then on July 21st, we will vote on those bylaws. And so, want to make sure you're aware of that. If you got any questions, feel free to see me about that. That committee that was in charge of that is Dan Roper, Betty Duke, Janice Rush, and Jerry Purdy. So if you have any questions, feel free to see them also. But other than that, July is pretty normal. So those are just a few big things. August is right around the corner. We'll be doing back to school stuff before long. Loving on our teachers, welcoming them back, all those things. And homecoming, it will be right there. And so before you know it, y'all, it'll be football season, and we'll be saying go Dogs, right? I didn't plan that, but I got on the gear. I got to say it. So listen, love you. I hope you're having a great week. There's several people in our church that have had loss in their families. Some people struggling with different health issues. So as always, I want to encourage you to do the ministry of the saints. You are to be God's hands and feet, bearing one another's burdens, loving one another, caring for one another. Y'all, we're a family. We're in this together, and God has put us together to meet each other's needs as He's seen fit. So do your work, do your part, work in the body, glorify God, edify one another. I love you. I'll see you tonight. God bless you.